So you send him to the line, it's pretty much going to be a couple of points almost every time. Karl Anthony Towns going to work against Al Horford and drills the mid-range jumper just like 14 season.
He's not been durable, but when he's out there, he's very dynamic.
Towns working on Arthur, a couple of nice moves in the post and another bucket.
Work it around the perimeter, done. To Towns, he'll line it up and knock it down. It's a three, makes it look effortless.
Sure. Towns rocks away from Adams and knocks down another. He's got 27 points.
Pace though. 3 seconds. Towns loads it up and drains it.
Minnesota to really take over here in Towns, Wiggins, and Levine. Towns muscling his way up.
Nice move by MKG. Kid Gilchrist, who's been troubled by injuries throughout his young NBA career, has been mostly healthy this season.
So really, this is catching up with Chris. It's a new segment.
That it is.
But that is a clear benefit.
Karl Anthony Towns! That is a man's jam!
Shot opportunities. This Philadelphia team is not a great offensive rebounding team.
Towns, good move in the Sarge inside.
Griffin. Tyus Jones, long outlet pass. Karl Anthony Towns with the flush.
Towns to the hook, and that is smooth. Wiggins triple on rebound to Towns. And he runs over Pachulia.
Oh, they're going to count the basket, and the foul is going to be on Pachulia.
Keep your foot on the throat. That's right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care. I'm not playing the score. I'm playing you.
Really?
Well, it's a little late now. Cousins had already scored, as we see. Beautiful move inside by Karl Anthony Towns. Really, the work was done early by Towns to get the ball in deep.
Has taken 10 more field goal attempts, and the Nets turn it over. Jones has 7 points, 6 assists off the bench. Crafty slammed down on the follow by Towns.
Towns will keep it. Gets fouled by Gobert well before the shot.
Well, guys, Pete, you were right. The Timberwolves have scored over 30 points in a quarter 3 times against the Grizzlies in the first 2 games. In fact, averaging over 30 points per game in the first quarter.
6 rebounds tonight for Ricky Rubio. Towns over Bob Mute.
7 or 8 more threes per game this year. Minnesota is than they ever have.
Karl Anthony Towns from the elbow, so Looney ran him off the three-point line.
Lead since 33-31. Now they tried to build on it, and they do, as Towns has really come alive. 20 points for Karl Anthony.
The board here in the second quarter. Jazz up by 4. Towns powers inside for his second bucket.
Exactly. That's where he shows his talent right there.
For the game, said he's very underrated. Solid guy, signed a 4-year, $34 million deal as Towns cans the 3.
Crowder and Al Horford back after both players missed extended time with a couple of injuries. Karl Anthony Towns, a couple of buckets to start this game.
This is what people wanted to see. Cat versus Embiid.
Look at the moves by Towns to put it in. Pretty play, nice dance.
Get out in transition. Get some stops. Start playing with some flow and have some fun.
There you go. Towns showing off the touch. Mike Malone's been talking about his team is good at getting to the rim, getting shots at the rim, not good at finishing. Towns step through, takes the contact, and gets the finish.
Minnesota did that 4-on-5.
Towns gets down the lane, dances through traffic, and kisses it off the glass.
Durant taking a turn on Karl Anthony Towns. And the big cat with a couple rolling hooks already in this first quarter.
Towns powers through.
Olynyk on Towns. And Towns gets right by him.
There's the footwork.
the finishing at the rim, but the ability to get around two defenders to get that finish.
Towns is back in, and he hooks it in.
Timberwolves will be back on the home hardwood here on Wednesday night to take on the New York Knicks as they'll go back-to-back with the Knicks. Towns able to get it to rattle in.
Field goal. Go along with his 4 assists, ties it at 21. Here's Towns backing away as he gets the shot.
Did not have a great year last year in Sacramento, but he is looking to bounce back for it in Charlotte. Karl Anthony Towns ties this game back up.
He said he was backing up his place, and then he'll be back right before the holidays for Christmas. What a move there by Towns.
Oh, dropping the hammer right over Embiid. What a play, Karl Anthony Towns. Rodriguez. Towns. Sarge defends. Has a hard time doing it.
That was great individual defense, and that's what you got to have.
Towns on the drive, and the foul on Biz.
Looking, stolen, but now it's Levine, a 3. Karl Anthony Towns, and it's a 2-point game. Nobody boxed out the second-year man out of Kentucky.
Corey Brewer, 51-point night.
Exactly.
Shot clock all the way down to 2. Cat just throws it up and finds Twine. Towns matched up on Randall, gets it to roll in.
It's too small.
777.
And just keep in mind, too, Coach Yeager gets Rudy Gay in that last play. That's right. And if he's not on the floor, you don't get that last basket.
The length that this lineup brings is excellent.
Towns takes the triple, buries the 3. Towns spins, and there you go, Jim. You called for it. Wolves sorely need points here. Still looking for their first points of this fourth quarter. Towns leads his way in, and Karl Anthony Towns got hit in the process.
Stop wearing me down. 43-41 Brooklyn after the miss by Booker. And the Timberwolves, who am I? I'm Karl Anthony Towns.
And it really is it's one of those things, you can do so many things on the floor to help your team be successful.
Towns gets Kaminsky leaning backwards and then steps back to drill the jumper.
If at all.
Towns drills the triple.
Coaches and Coach K and Stauskas, who played the Final Four for Michigan. So these young players are used to winning. Nice move there by Towns.
Grizzlies finishing the preseason at 4-2. Towns over Gasol, and it's a 4-0 Minnesota advantage.
The NBA level. Towns got Davis in the air, now charges in and scooped it up beautifully.
Noel gets back for Philadelphia. Zach Levine puts up a long one. Nice rebound by Towns. Doubled inside, cloaked with defenders, and puts it through. Nice play by Karl Anthony Towns.
Horford keeps it more simple than Karl does sometimes.
Towns fouled as he puts it up. And an and one for Karl Anthony Towns. Backs it out. Shot clock down to 5. Towns for 3. On an off shooting night, Karl Anthony Towns makes his second triple. He goes to 22.
Inside the painted area. Jang has made a number of jumpers. Here's Towns firing. That's good for 3. Man, they are.
Jorge's got 12 points in the game.
Rubio forces the turnover. He's got Levine, Towns, and Wiggins with him. Throws it up for Towns.
Wow, that happened quick.
Is from Serbia, second-year player. He had a big night the other night against the Lakers when he put in 24. That's Karl Anthony Towns. Nice shot from outside.
You see how quick that trigger was?
Yes.
Levine, Karl Anthony Towns, 2 to shoot. And they use all of the 24-second clock to score. 5-point game.
Break points. Trying to get out on the transition. Pretty jump hook there by Towns.
Washington in overtime. Grizzlies in a stretch beginning tonight where they'll play 3 games in 4 nights. Towns, again, another tough bucket for Karl Anthony Towns inside.
Quarter at Golden State.
Towns going to work on dropping their burn somehow.
We'll see how it goes in the final 7 minutes. Here's Towns from 3. And he buries that right on cue.
That's why he's so dangerous, because you can double him and he'll recognize.
Winning moments down the stretch, you have to know who needs the ball and where to get it to him.
Towns goes up, under, and somehow banks it in.
Durant never knew the ball was going to come back to him.
Towns with that 3. As we said, it's almost illegal to be that good on the block.
Good wall up by Karl Anthony Towns to make Isaiah Thomas miss.
Rubio head on a swivel, finds Towns trailing the play.
How about that move? Borgie Jan.
Only the second assist in the night for Rubio. Towns looking to give him a third.
There you go, another pocket pass by Ricky.
10 points now. Start to look for the scoring side of the stat sheet. Karl Anthony Towns has been getting his all night.
Best on best now.
Timberwolves looking for their first 2-game win streak of the season. Towns for 3.
Best on best.
Has come plummeting back to earth with his 3-point shooting. Towns for 3. Boy, did the Wolves ever need that.
A big guy 7 foot, that's sweet.
Towns taking Adams away from the post and then driving into the post and scoring on the hook shot.
Minnesota built a 17-point lead, got off to a 20-3 start against the Grizzlies. Towns was a big part of that as he gets the bucket there, working his way through traffic. He had 14 in the opening quarter.
Towns a show and go and a dunk. 14 here in the quarter.
Shabazz Muhammad's birthday was this past Saturday. Rubio, length of the floor pass, and how beautiful was that? Sam Bradford's got nothing on Ricky Rubio. Levine and Andrew Wiggins are playing. I think they need to be our top priority ahead of Karl Anthony Towns. All I'll tell you is Towns took notice of that when I tweeted it out today.
Late in games, I would expect nothing different from this Grizzlies team. Marcus All and Mike Conley down the stretch.
Towns.
About the defense will be different than in years past, but
absolutely,
it can still be quite effective.
But they have been blocking shots too.
Karl Anthony Towns, you just see incredibly smooth player.
Does use him. That's his 4th. Towns.
Yeah, good recognition from the young player. He knows they're going to double team now.
Towns. It's a 3, and it is through for Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, especially to a young group. You know, you have to respect that. As Towns is just, you know, he's like in video game mode.
He's got 25 points.
Floater. TA with 11 last night, tying his season high. Rubio works underneath. Shot clock down to 7. Towns another 3 and another make.